Welcome back to another Let's Talk with R.C. Blakes. Tonight we're talking about how a woman can recognize, attract, and appreciate healthy love. I need you to invite some others to come in and to be a part of this conversation tonight. This is going to be a good one. Please invite some others to come in as soon as possible. I hope that you're having a great start to your week. I pray that you're having a great start to your week. And my prayer is that tonight our conversation will be enlightening and empowering. Well, let's get into it. How does a woman recognize, attract, and appreciate healthy love? In a day and time and in a culture where women struggle with broken consciousness, something that we talk quite a lot about in Queenology and Mordecai Mission. We're going to talk quite a lot about it next year in R.C. and Lisa Blake's Transformation Institute. Women have a twisted, distorted, skewed definition of what love actually is. A woman may sincerely desire healthy love and still struggle to recognize, attract, or even appreciate, what it is when it actually appears. How many times have I seen women that have squandered amazing opportunities? A woman who has never been loved well may not immediately feel comfortable when she encounters healthy love. She'll find a way to sabotage it. And I know I'm talking to many of you right now who are literally in that boat. You have or you had an amazing man that loved you well, but it just felt like it was too good to be true. Consistency can feel suspicious. Peace, here it is. Here it is, rather. Here's a big one. Peace will feel boring. Kindness will feel temporary. Oh, it's not going to last. And a man that's emotionally available feels overwhelming. Oh, it's just too much. He's too available. He's too much. So a healthy man may appear less exciting than an emotionally unavailable man because the woman's nervous system has been conditioned to respond to uncertainty, pursuit, running behind men, rejection, and emotional intensity. And so what will happen is she may consciously desire peace while subconsciously expecting pain. She may know intellectually that she is worthy of, love, while emotionally responding as though love must still be earned. And this creates a critical challenge. She must not only desire healthy love, she must become capable of recognizing it, attracting it, and appreciating it. Now, these three movements address three different dimensions of her healing. Recognition requires a renewed mind. Attraction requires a healthy spirit. Appreciation requires an identity alignment. She must renew her mind so she can recognize healthy love, heal her spirit so she can make room for healthy love, and align her identity so she can receive healthy love without resisting it. So, this brings me to number one, recognizing healthy love, renewing the mind to recognize healthy love. You can't change what you won't recognize. A renewed mind creates a new life. And the Bible says in Romans chapter 12 and verse 2, it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." A woman cannot consistently choose what she has not learned to recognize. Her previous experiences may have given her a distorted definition of love. So she may have learned to associate love with things like emotional unpredictability, you know, inconsistent attention. These are the things that your nervous system was trained to identify as love throughout the course or courses of your previous situationships. So when a man shows up and he's consistent and he's predictable, your nervous system does not compute that this is actually love. May also, possessiveness. She's learned to associate possessiveness, a man that's always ready to fight, handling you as though you're some object. That's love. Jealousy is love. A man that gives you your space and trusts you doesn't feel like love, though it is the healthiest version of love. Intense pursuit, just repeated reconciliation, just falling out, having issues, coming back together again, repeated reconciliation, just over and over and over and over again. That's love. That means he loves me. Sexual chemistry without emotional security. That's love because you never experienced it before. So when you find a man that gives you that emotional security, having to prove your value, having to prove your value, and this starts early on in the woman's process of development. Even when you're a young teen, the first thing a young man tells you is, if you really love me, you'll do X, Y, Z. And you know what X, Y, Z means. If you really love me, you'll give me X, Y, Z. You don't really love me. You haven't given me. You have no. See, that's you are conditioned to believe that you have to perform for love. So a man that doesn't make you perform, or a man that doesn't require you to perform, a man that you don't have to prove your value to, it's hard for you to compute that as love. Working to keep a man interested. Another one, feeling anxious about whether he will stay. When you're broken, you're struggling with broken consciousness, a man that keeps you wondering if he's going to stay or not, he realizes many times that this is the way to keep you hooked, soul tied. Go buy my book if you don't have it on soul ties. But when a woman is struggling with broken consciousness, feeling anxious about whether he will stay is one of the greatest hooks that player will use on a woman. So when these experiences become familiar, Healthy love may not initially feel like love. And I know I just knocked at the door of many of you. And my prayer is that you will sit with this, don't turn it off. I want you to hear this. I need you to go all the way with me because my prayer is that there's going to be a deliverance for you before we're done. You see, a consistent man may seem boring because he does not create emotional highs and lows. You see, a toxic man is like the roller coaster at the theme park. It's that's that's a toxic man. A healthy man is like the little train that moves at a moderate, safe pace, going all around the park, and it goes around and it constantly goes around safely. That's a healthy man. Well, when you've been raised on roller coaster love, and then God gives you a healthy man that puts you on the little train that's consistent and safe. There's something about the lack of the highs and the lows that just doesn't feel right, even though the highs and the lows made you sick. There's something about this level, consistent pace that is just less appealing. A clear man may seem less intriguing because you don't have to decode him. You have to figure him out. You don't have to sit around asking your girlfriend, what you think? What you think he meant by this? Because a clear, healthy man tells you exactly what he means. And he means exactly what he told you. A respectful man may appear passive because he does not force himself into your life. He's not going to, force himself upon you. Peaceful relationship really may feel emotionally flat because your body is not experiencing the adrenaline it once confused with chemistry. So what the woman calls a lack of chemistry may sometimes be the absence of anxiety. Ooh. What you're calling a lack of chemistry, my dear, may really just simply be the absence of anxiety. A renewed mind helps the woman redefine love according to character rather than conditioning. Healthy love is not merely intense. It is consistent. It is clear. Listen to this list now. It is consistent. It is clear. It is responsible. It is respectful. It is emotionally safe. It is accountable. It is patient. It is compatible with the woman's dignity. Now, this situation that you're dealing with now, do you have any of that? Do you have any of that? Is this man consistent? Is this man clear? Is he responsible? Is he respectful? Is he emotionally safe? If he were, you would not be sitting here crying right now. Is he accountable to anyone? Is he patient? Is he compatible with your dignity? Does he build you or does he break you? I like what 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33 says, for God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. This does not mean a healthy relationship will never contain disagreement. Doesn't mean that it will never have questions or difficult conversations. It does mean chronic confusion should not be romanticized as passion. I pause right there because I need you to understand that. Chronic confusion should not be romanticized as passion. Oh, he put his hands on me. I know he loves me. He got so angry. Babe, that's broken consciousness at the highest level. A man that puts his hands on you does not love you at all. At all. A woman must learn to distinguish between attraction and activation. Attraction may produce excitement, activation produces emotional urgency because something in the present resembles an unresolved experience from the past. So the woman should ask, you should ask, am I am I attracted to his character or am I reacting to his inconsistency? Am I just addicted? Does this connection awaken my wholeness or does it activate my fear of abandonment? Do I feel loved or do I feel challenged to prove I deserve love? So now let's get into it. How to recognize healthy love. Redefine love. Number one, redefine love by its fruit. Do not define love merely by how strongly a man expresses desire or his sexual excitement towards you. Examine what his presence consistently produces. Matthew 7:16 says, Ye shall know them by their fruits. I love it. Healthy love should increasingly produce clarity, peace, honesty, security, and emotional stability. So listen to this statement, judge patterns rather than promises. Judge patterns rather than promises. Do not make permanent decisions based on dramatic beginnings. Observe what he repeatedly demonstrates. Does he keep his word? Does his behavior agree with his language? Does he remain respectful when disappointed? Does he follow through after the excitement of pursuit fades? Because love is not proven by how strongly a man begins, it is revealed by how consistently he continues. Stop interpreting anxiety as chemistry. Come on now. Butterflies may indicate attraction, but they may also indicate fear, uncertainty, or emotional activation. Ask, you may be just triggered, in other words. Ask what is creating the intensity. Talk to yourself. Compare his words with his behavior. Promises communicate possibly intention. Some people promise and don't even have the intention. Promises communicate intention, but patterns reveal character. A man should not have to repeatedly explain why his actions contradict his words. Observe how he responds to boundaries. A man's response to a woman's boundary often reveals more than his response to her beauty. But when you're struggling with broken consciousness, you will weigh a man's response to your beauty as being greater than a man's response to your boundaries. Does he honor your no? Does he respect your pace? Does he become manipulative when access is limited? Does he ghost you when you don't give him what he wants? Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 23 says, Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Boundaries do not prevent healthy love. Boundaries reveal whether the love is healthy. Observe how he handles conflict and accountability. The question is not whether conflict occurs. The question is, what happens to your dignity when it does? Because a healthy man does not use conflict as permission to humiliate, threaten, intimidate, manipulate, or emotionally punish you. Ask what the relationship is producing. Are you becoming more peaceful or increasingly more anxious? Are you becoming more confident or more insecure? Are you becoming more honest or more guarded? Are you becoming more spiritually grounded or more distracted? Are you becoming more like yourself or less recognizable to yourself? So here's the key question. Here's the key question. Does the way this man treats you agree with God's definition of love? Now, you see, trauma recognizes familiarity. Wisdom recognizes patterns, but worth recognizes what is healthy. And this brings me to number two. Number one, we said recognize it by renewing your mind. Number two, attract it. Attract healthy love by healing your spirit. All of the trauma you've gone through, all of the situationships you've gone through have done damage, and now your spirit needs to be healed. Healing makes you magnetic, not desperate, but whole, not needy, but secure. Now, the Bible says in Psalm 51 and verse 10, it says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." Love this text. Now, when we use the word attract, um, the word attract must be understood carefully because a healthy woman may still be approached by unhealthy men. I want to make certain that we're clear on that. You can be the healthiest woman in the world, unhealthy men will still approach. Healing does not guarantee that manipulation, inconsistency, or emotional immaturity will never seek access to your life. The difference is that your health now determines who is allowed to remain. Did you catch that? The difference is that the woman's health determines who is allowed to remain. These people are going to always come, but with a healthy woman, they will not be able to stay. So if you're sitting here and you're watching this and you just have unhealthy men camping out in your life, you now know that there's some work that needs to be done within you. Health does not guarantee that unhealthy people will never approach you. Health determines how long they can remain comfortable around you. This is why many of you ladies, um, this is why many of you, you feel like you're not approached as much, or you feel like you don't have the kind of outcomes with men pursuing you. It's not that men are not attracted to you. It's just that they sniff out the fact that you're healthy and they're not comfortable around you. You're just as attractive as the woman that has all of these men lined up. Is the difference is that she's broken and they can manipulate and manage and access her, whereas they cannot access you. And I'm praying to get every woman that listens to me to a place where, broken men cannot access you like that to break you. Attracting healthy love is not merely about drawing a good man towards you. It is about becoming internally compatible with the kind of relationship you say you desire. You say you want a husband, we got to get you on the inside to the frequency of a wife. A woman may pray for peace while remaining emotionally addicted to pursuit, drama. She may ask for consistency while repeatedly choosing mystery. She will ask for the consistency of the little train, but she's addicted to the unpredictability of the roller coaster. She may say she wants emotional availability while feeling more attracted to men she must convince, rescue, or chase. A healthy spirit changes what you make yourself available for. Did you catch that? She no longer approaches, when a woman is healthy, she no longer approaches relationships from a place of desperation. I'm not desperate. Oh, I'm 40 years old, I'm 50 years old, I'm 60 years old. What is going on? I'm ready to take anything, RC. I've been celibate for 15 years and no one's come along yet. Well, I asked, well, are you saved? Yes, I'm saved. Do you believe the Bible? Yes. Do you want to live according to God? Yes. Well, what are we talking about? What you desperate for? Calm down. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. You're no longer choosing relationships from a place of emptiness because you're fulfilled within yourself. Healthy women are fulfilled. You're whole. You're whole. You're not trying to find a relationship to fill up the empty spaces of your life. Your life is full of God, full of purpose, full of happiness if you're healthy. You're not choosing you're not making space for competition. You're not going to be out here competing with another woman for a man and all of this kind of stuff here. You're not developing relationships from the place of fear of being alone. No, healthy women have conquered that loneliness thing. You're not coming from the place of or the need to be rescued. You don't need nobody to rescue you. The need to prove your value. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. The need to feel chosen at any cost. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. None of these things, man. Now, so you become spiritually grounded, emotionally honest, purpose driven, and secure enough to walk away from what dishonors you. That's what I'm trying to get you to. Well, you become spiritually grounded, emotionally honest, purpose driven, and secure enough to walk away from what dishonors you. That's the question. Can you walk away from what dishonors you? Now, a manipulative man may be frustrated by your clarity. You got to understand that. An inconsistent man may resist your standards. That's fine. He was not yours. A controlling man will be offended by your boundaries. Let him go. But a healthy man is more likely to respect a woman who knows herself, communicates honestly, and does not require chaos to feel connected. Now, how do we attract healthy love? That's the natural question. Heal the need to be chosen at any cost. A woman who is desperate to be selected may overlook what the selection is costing her. Did you catch that? A woman who is desperate to be selected may overlook what the selection is costing her. Sometimes you're selected by a man at the cost of your future. Sometimes you're selected by a man at the cost of your destiny. Sometimes you're selected by a man at the cost of your sanity, cost of your health. Sometimes at the cost of your life, the cost of your identity. She may tolerate disrespect simply because she fears returning to singleness. Singleness is like, oh my God, I'm single. Oh, I don't understand. I know I'm married. I've been married a long time, but I still don't understand it because when I was single, I enjoyed being single. I just don't understand what's so horrible about spending your own money, not having anybody to check in with, having to get nobody else's permission, nobody else affecting your credit, being able to sleep in your own bed, all over the bed if you want. I just don't get it. Still in a posture, in a place where you have choices and options and you can choose and you can make why. I just don't understand it. Well, let me get off of that. That's another lesson. But healing teaches the woman that being alone is not worse than being dishonored if she's healthy. If you're not healthy, you actually have to ponder, is being dishonored worse than being alone? I think being alone is worse than being dishonored. So I'll hang around a little longer for a little more dishonor. You become whole rather than relationally desperate. A relationship should complement your life, not become the only reason your life feels meaningful. You don't marry to locate purpose. You should have had purpose before you got married. A man knowing his purpose, a woman knowing her purpose, come together on purpose because they know that their purposes blend. And now they create something together that they would have never been as individuals. So a woman must remain connected to God. She must remain connected to purpose, her purpose. She must remain connected to healthy friendships, family, personal development, emotional support, rest, creativity, all of that. Because a healthy relationship should not require the woman to lose her entire identity to revolve around a man. So establish standards before attraction clouds judgment. Standards are easier to maintain before emotional attachment deepens. This is the problem with having sex out of turn. This is the problem with allowing yourself to become physically entangled with somebody that you don't even know and somebody you don't even have a covenant with. You're hustling backwards. Standards are easier to maintain before emotional attachment deepens. And it don't get no deeper than when a woman gets in the middle of that bed with a man and an ungodly man knows exactly what to do with the woman's body. Okay, let me move on. She should remain vigilant, and she should determine in advance, I'm just not going to certain levels. You got to determine what character qualities are essential. What behavior is unacceptable? What boundaries are non-negotiable? What are these things for you? What pace supports wisdom? What spiritual and relational compatibility is required? Communicate clearly instead of performing. Speak clearly, use your words. These are my boundaries. This is what I expect. This is what I will not tolerate. A healthy woman does not create a false version of herself to become desirable. She does not pretend to have no needs. She does not become excessively agreeable to avoid rejection. She communicates honestly and allows the other person to decide whether he is compatible with her truth. So you maintain purpose and identity. Healthy love should not consume the woman God created you to be. Mark chapter 12 and verse 31 says, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love for another should not require abandonment of oneself. But we have women doing it all day, every day. So you gotta restrict access when behavior does not meet healthy standards. Interest does not automatically qualify a man for access. And attraction does not automatically qualify him for trust. Potential does not automatically qualify him for commitment. Access should grow as character is demonstrated. So become comfortable walking away. My wife would say, okay. A woman who knows that she can leave what dishonors her is less likely to negotiate against herself. She does not use walking away as manipulation. She simply refuses to remain where her dignity must continually be sacrificed. So stop trying to rehabilitate men through relationships. Compassion does not require romantic access. A woman can understand a man's wounds without volunteering to become the environment in which he repeatedly wounds her. Create a peaceful internal environment, because if chaos is still your emotional norm, peace may feel undesirable. Healing teaches your nervous system that consistency is not weakness, stability is not boredom, availability is not desperation, and respect is not passivity. It also teaches that peace is not a warning sign. So here's a key question for you. Does my inner condition agree with the kind of relationship I say I desire? You do not attract healthy love merely by looking desirable. You create room for healthy love by becoming emotionally and spiritually unavailable for dysfunction. And so this brings me to number 3. Appreciate it. We said number 1, you got to recognize it by renewing your mind. You got to attract it by healing your spirit. And finally, you appreciate it by aligning your identity. When your identity agrees with your worth, healthy love feels believable. My God. Now look what the Bible says in Psalm 139. Psalm 139 and 14. He says, I will praise thee, for I am, here's who I am, here's my identity, fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. So a woman may recognize healthy love and even encounter healthy love, but still struggle to appreciate it if that love contradicts her identity. People often find it difficult to receive treatment that exceeds what they, secretly, truly believe they deserve or who they are. If your internal identity says, I'm difficult to love, men eventually leave me, I have to earn affection. I am only valuable when I am useful. Love always becomes painful. Something must be wrong when a man is consistently kind. A man only values what he has to chase. Then healthy love creates internal conflict because it doesn't agree with your identity. The man's treatment may be good, but it does not agree with your self concept. So you may become suspicious. You may search for hidden motives. You may test him unnecessarily and drive the poor little man off. You may reject reassurance. You may minimize his consistency. You may create conflict because peace does not feel normal. You may withdraw before he has the opportunity to disappoint you because you know they always leave. You may interpret his emotional availability as weakness because you are accustomed to pursuing emotionally unavailable men. Because a woman can only comfortably receive love that does not continually contradict her identity. So, identity alignment means that she begins to believe I am worthy of consistency. I do have, you know, I do not rather have to perform for affection. No, I ain't got to perform. I can be loved without being emotionally exhausted. I am worthy of being, you know, handled with care. I am the prize. Peace is appropriate for me. Healthy love belongs in my life. I do not have to create pain to make love feel real. Appreciation is more than gratitude, it is the capacity to recognize the value of healthy love, receive it without unnecessary resistance, and respond to it responsibly. Now, how to appreciate healthy love? Believe that peace belongs in your life. A woman cannot comfortably remain in peace if she believes chaos is what she deserves. You got to forgive yourself for all the mistakes you made. You got to purge your mind of all the lies these men told you about what you're not, what you'll never be, what you did, and what. No, 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 no. She must align her self concept with the love she has prayed to receive. Stop distrusting love simply because it is unfamiliar. Unfamiliar does not automatically mean unsafe. Sometimes it means you are experiencing something healthier than you've previously known. So receive care without constantly searching for hidden motives. Discernment is necessary. Suspicion as a permanent posture is destructive. You should allow trust to develop through evidence rather than demanding instant certainty or assuming inevitable betrayal. Express gratitude rather than creating all of these tests. Because a woman who fears abandonment may withdraw to see whether he pursues her. She may provoke jealousy. She may become distant to determine whether he notices. She may manufacture crises to test whether she matters. These behaviors are toxic and recreate the instability she says she wants to escape. A mature woman does not create a crisis to determine whether she matters. She communicates clearly and observes the response. Communicate trauma responses instead of punishing a healthy partner. Now, something, you know, you should say this. Something in me feels this is what you say to your partner rather than just doing all of these crazy things. Something in me feels threatened. I need a moment to determine whether I am responding to what is happening or to something that happened before. Or when communication changes unexpectedly, it activates an old fear. I'm working on regulating that response. but clarity helps me. See, this is how a grown, healthy woman communicates. A healthy partner should respond with compassion, but she must remain responsible for her healing. Calm the body before making a relational decision. When activated, she should avoid making immediate, permanent decisions. She can pause, pray, breathe, journal, walk, speak with a wise counselor, do something. Look what Psalm 46:10 says. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness creates space between emotion and reaction. Regulation does not silence discernment. It clears the emotional noise so discernment can be heard. So separate facts from fears. Separate facts from fears. You got to identify what actually happened. Then you got to ask, what did my fear predict? Now, here's an example. He did not respond for 3 hours. Here's the fear. He is losing interest, talking to someone else, and preparing to leave. The emotion may be real while the first interpretation is inaccurate. Look for patterns rather than reacting to isolated moments. One incident may activate a wound. A repeated pattern provides information. So you should ask, has this behavior happened repeatedly? Does he respond respectfully when I raise it? Does he take responsibility? Does the behavior improve? Am I becoming safer over time or increasingly destabilized? Do not punish a healthy man for wounds he did not create. Your past deserves compassion, but it should not be given authority to continually accuse an innocent person today. Don't make a man today pay for another man's bill from yesterday. A healthy partner should be supportive, but he should not be placed on permanent trial for another man's behavior. Protect healthy love through relational maturity. Appreciation should become action. You should protect healthy love through honest communication, gratitude, accountability, faithfulness, conflict repair, emotional responsibility, continued personal growth, mutual respect, appropriate affection, refusing to take consistency for granted. This is how. Now, here's your question. Do I believe I am worthy enough to receive healthy love without resisting, testing, or sabotaging it? I need you to write this at the back of your mind. Identity determines what love feels believable. Identity determines what love feels believable. If your identity is twisted, what you believe love is, could be, should be, will match that identity. Now, my prayer is that you've gotten something out of this conversation tonight that will empower you to transform, to heal, to grow, to even move to the next dimension in your life. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. That you are postured to take inventory of your own heart, your own soul, and to do the necessary work to make you the woman for the man you actually deserve. Make you the woman he deserves. That's my prayer. Now, If you are in need of counseling of any kind, I want you to go to the description and hit the link for BetterHelp Counseling. You hit that link and you use my link, it will afford you 10% off of the cost of their counseling. And they in turn will make a deposit into R.C. Blake's ministries because I recommended them. Don't sit around with all of these thoughts and all of these issues in your head that are unresolved. Let someone help you work through it today. Now, this is not going to last much longer. This is what we call the Queen Conscious Bundle, and it's available now at rcblakestore.com for $33.99 plus shipping and handling. It's all 3 books: Father Daughter Talk, Queenology, and Training for Reigning. All of these 3 books go together. You can read them independently, but they go together. And if you go there now, you can get this now, but Lisa's gonna pull this down very soon because we're basically kind of like giving you the books at this level. So go and check that out now. Also, if you've not become a part of the Royal Court, you should do that. We have the Royal Court, and we have another level, the Royal Cohort. All of that's inside the YouTube membership platform. And go now and become a part. This Sunday, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is our Sunday to actually meet by Zoom. And if you're part of the cohort, I've uploaded a online course, The Journey to Queen Consciousness, because the cohort leads into what we're going to open next year, the R.C. and Lisa Blake's Transformation Institute. You'll hear more about that moving forward. Let me also say this before I forget it. I am going to open Mordecai Mission in September. We're going to start Mordecai Mission in September. And you're going to need to get the applications in quickly because the Lord just told me to do it. I'm going to revisit Mordecai Mission in September. We're going to have another Mordecai Mission cohort. 12 weeks with Lisa and I by Zoom every weekend. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I need to do that to get ready for what we're going to do in 2027 relative to the R.C. and Lisa Blake's Transformation Institute. So the information relative to Mordecai Mission is going to be released very soon, and I need you to jump on it because I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Now, thanks to all of you that may have sown into our lives. Thanks to the best moderators in the world. Oh my goodness. Thanks to the best community in the whole wide world on all of YouTube. You all are the very, 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 very best. And you know what I always say to you? You are on top. You're going higher. God has more in store for you. I'm R.C. Blake's saying to you, see you at the top. I love you with all of my heart.
My queen, my queen. Oh, she. Oh, she. Beautiful, wonderfully made. She's heaven's angel. So strong, even in struggle, yeah. When life comes like a storm from every angle, she rises above it all, the backbone of every home. Nothing compares to all she do. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue back to work, cause the family she's carrying, society don't give her just due, but she prevails and stands tall, a champion, a true woman. But nothing compares to all she do. Yeah, the true meaning of every family. She's the glue. Yeah, oh. And where would we be without you? Yeah, you brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, and Jesus too. Oh, she is sophisticated, strong, yeah, simply amazing, humble, honest, and helpful. Not only that you are educated, yes you are, eccentric, empowering. You're my. Treat her like queen. No price could be put on how much she's worth. So valuable, she's the soul